Good morning. How are you guys doing? It is a little bit early on this side of the globe. I live in Chicago, as you know, but I wanted to create this really short video and kind of do some online journaling and self-reflection and share some of the things that I have learned from talking to my friends on the internet. I want to create more content and post it on the internet, so this is going to be a very unstructured, pretty quickly produced video that will basically be going over my immediate thoughts and what I'm thinking and how I'm reacting to this. The goal of this video is to talk about a boy caught my attention. And if you think it's you, it's not going to be clear, because there are a few boys that have my attention right now. And I think I've really developed a much healthier framework as to how I should go about courting boys. And by boys, I mean men, you know, good luck. But basically, I've made a lot of mistakes. I've courted boys, I've gone on dates with boys, I've hooked up with boys, and I'm kind of trying to figure out what I want. And I've reflected on a lot of my experiences over the last year, and I realized I have a lot of emotions, and like, I'm really fucking great. And, you know, I want to figure out how I can go about figuring out how to find someone that I can be affectionate with. So my goal is to find someone that I can be affectionate with. I don't really care if that's like the rigid forms of a relationship, but it's really hard for me to find people that I can be affectionate with, and I really value that. I can go into more detail as to why I value that, but that's what I'm kind of looking for. On a like grander scale, smaller scale, it really depends on the person, what I'm interested in, their personality, what's happening, whether or not we vibe. But I wanted to take a step back and say, how do you deal with being attracted to a boy that doesn't give you the time of day? How do you deal with being attracted to a boy that does give you the time of day, or too much time of day, or is way too responsive? Because there are all different levels of scale. And I think it's important to try and have a median or mutual level where you both put effort into it. And it's hard to communicate that. It's hard to get to that. It's hard to find that. When it does exist, it's great. But sometimes I don't have that much experience, but when it's not mutual, it doesn't feel the same, and I don't perceive it or desire it to the same level as I did before. So I think we should take another step back, because I am repeating myself with my vernacular because I don't talk on the internet nonstop. I'm working on learning how to create content nonstop, but you know, going on dates with people and finding someone that you're sexually attracted to, who is also sexually attracted to you, that you want to go on dates with, and is in the same city as you, and the same sexuality, all of that is an entire process, and it's not easy. Finding people, gay people, for example, have Tinder, Grindr, a bunch of different dating apps. They have gay bars, sniffies, and a variety of other more discreet ways to meet people. But I hope you're enjoying this, because I have so much fun talking into a camera and reflecting on my thoughts and journaling. I've been telling people nonstop to start journaling. If you're not journaling, you're missing out. Being able to look at what you thought a year ago and then update that with what you're currently thinking and being like, oh, Ryan was stupid, blah, blah. But it's not that I was actually stupid. It was that I didn't see what I currently see. Framework. Set intentions. Know what you want out of this person. Do not go and pursue and seek someone out if you do not have an idea of what you want. If you want them, go out with that in mind. If you just want to kiss them, go out with that in mind. If you want to be friends with them, go out with that in mind. If you want to date them, have that in the back of your head. Don't tell them that when you meet them. People don't want to hear that. Hey, you're beautiful. Let's date. Maybe they do, right? If it's mutual, it works, go for it. But it's never been that easy for me. Next, go for it. Now, the key to going for it is to simply go for it. And I will write down another note. No, I'm not, but basically, go for it. You can, you know, think of as many ways as possible to go and try and talk to this cute person that you're attracted to. But if they're not interested in you, it doesn't matter what you say to them, they're not going to hear you. They're not going to see it. Yep. So I've learned that the best way to like express interest in someone is to walk up to them or tell them directly over a message. Hey, you're beautiful. Hey, you're pretty. Hey, I'm Ryan. What's up? Hey, but it really is that simple. And if they're not attracted to you or interested, you will find out almost immediately or never. And the never is also an answer, because if they were attracted to you or interested in you, they would find you. Maybe, not always. But don't overthink it. If they're not responding or interacting with you, you want to go for someone who's going to have a mutual level of interest in you, because, I mean, maybe you do, right? You don't have to listen to me. I know what I know. I make mistakes. I do what I want, and I don't want to have to overly pursue someone. I want someone to come for me because I'm really, really fucking great. I'm amazing. I'm awesome. And a lot of my dating method in trying to find a boy is to make sure that I'm compatible with them. Because a lot of boys are pretty, but at the end of the day, I can't sit in a room with them for like more than 15 minutes or sleep in a bed outside of that. Like, so much. Next. After you've went for it, you're going to get results pretty quickly. Pretty quickly. If they give you their Instagram and they tell you to message them, and then they don't ever open or respond to your message, while that's not a direct answer, there's an implied answer there. Because if they thought you were really hot, they would be going into their requests and finding you. Or they would have followed you. But, you know, if you see them again, say hi. Don't make it weird. Don't make it awkward. Be normal. Be cordial. But it's really hard to go about trying to go on dates and hook up with and flirt with people when people aren't open about their intentions. I mean, I've learned that I should be open and honest, kind of. Sometimes I'm honest to a fault, or too honest, or too forward, which, you know, we all make mistakes, but yeah. So, step 1, set intentions. Step 2, go for it. Step 3, results. Step 4, reflect. I think reflecting is pretty important. A lot of the times you don't need that much reflection, but being able to look back on your prior experience and then learn from that and take a good constructive lesson from that going forward is amazing and really healthy, and I recommend you do that. I have never been in a more happy or clear mental state. Like, people can reject me, and I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. You can. Seriously, I asked like 6 people if they wanted to go on a date this week. I'm not going to tell you what the answers to those were, but yeah, I asked 6 people if they wanted to go on dates this week, and I got answers. That one's a bit more vague, so I mean, I might be talking about you, but like, yeah, no, I got my answers. And it's really funny too, because even when you get an answer, you don't know what to do with it, right? I don't know. It's cute. I love the world of courting and like dating and flirting, and it's like really awkward and anxiety inducing, but I love it. I love that. I love the feeling of realness that comes from this boy is hot and attractive and I want his attention. How do I do that? The key is to not try too hard. So you do need to try and put effort in there, but again, it has to be a level of mutual. Like, put yourself in front of him, and if he sees you, right? Like, I mean, don't put yourself in front of him 100 times, but like once or twice. Then maybe try and make eye contact, and if he makes eye contact with you, typically from there, you can tell if they're interested or not. Woo! Yeah, I mean, this has taken me years to learn, let me tell you. The amount of teary nights that Ryan has had trying to figure out how to properly like go on dates with and the proper mental mind state. And a lot of this that I'm telling you, it's pretty applicable to getting a job too. So the way to get a job is to not have too much of a stake in the pursuit of that job, and you need your employer to pursue you, or the person you want to work for to pursue you. And it's really hard to do that with a generic job application. My brother and I have been talking about this today, and I'm like, bro, I get it. You're spending all this time applying, but your applications mean nothing because you're applying to like some meaningless paper machine that's going to ignore you. Like, there are other things that you can do, and that's what I'm trying to get my brother to do. So, you know, Alex, if you're watching this, make more content. Next, okay? So, how do you prevent yourself from thinking about this boy too much, okay? Let's say you have a super pretty and attractive boy who has expressed interest in you and has agreed to either go on a date or hook up with you. Or you've already hooked up with them, or already got on a date with this person, because all this is applicable. What do? Well, for starters, got to prevent yourself from thinking of them, okay? So journaling can help with that, but it also can hurt that if you think about them in a way that's like a hyper obsession, like they're perfect. They're not perfect. You don't know anything about this person. You are currently doing research on them. You don't know if they're going to like you. You don't know if you're going to like them. It takes you a fair amount of time interacting with someone, or for me it does, because yeah, I don't know. It's funny. I try to meet people outside of that generic bar environment, whether or not it is a person I am sexually attracted to. I just want to get coffee. And so many people overcomplicate the simple act of like going to get coffee, or, you know, if I want to go on a date with you, I'll ask you if you want to go fly my drone or something. It's really that simple. Like, nobody else has a drone and offers to take people on dates. So I've had a few drone dates and they've all gone great and they're adorable, and the other person gets to fly my drone in Chicago and get like a cute video and content to themselves, right? Like at the end of the day, I'm great. You get to hang out with me, get to fly a drone. And you know, if it goes great, if it doesn't go great, we can depart and go separate ways after we fly the drone. The drone only has a 45-minute battery. Yep. I don't know. It's an exciting time courting people, but here are some ways to prevent yourself from thinking of them. 1, set a timer. If you text them or Snapchat them and they are not responsive or too responsive, or I don't necessarily know how to say this, it needs to be a mutual level of effort. Do not over text them, do not over snap them, but there's also a level of respect, right? If they've expressed interest in you, there's no perfect way to say how any of it's supposed to happen, and I don't know how it's supposed to happen, but there is a level of respect. So do not put them in a situation where they have power over you, because they shouldn't have power over you. You don't know this person. They don't know you. You might have gone on a date with them, but even if it is the first date or the first hookup, you still don't know them that well. I meet my friends like a lot before I like get to know them, and when it comes to someone who I both want to be affectionate with and or romantic with and regularly hook up with, I think those are also very different metrics and standards, and it's important. Next, do not learn info from other people about them. One of the things I hate is when I'm trying to like go after and court a boy, and all these stupid people around me who I'm friends with are telling me stuff about them. I want this person to tell me the stuff themselves. I don't want, and it's without me asking. This is happening right now, and has happened before. I want them to tell me, right? Like, I don't want to go in knowing a bunch of stuff that is small talk. They don't know that stuff about me, and now I'm gonna have a disproportionate amount of information, which I don't want, right? And on top of that, I'm hearing information from another person who doesn't really know them that well because they don't know them. Like, listening to what other people say about people that you're attracted to, outside of like, he's toxic, blah, 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 and giving very specific examples of like things that you want to avoid. Some people, there's this one boy who someone told me was like the worst person in the world, and that I should never like pursue or try and go on a date with him. And solely because he told me that, I was like, I have to see this for myself. And you know, they weren't the worst person in the world, but they might have been to them, because the person put so much effort into trying to get their attention that it created a power imbalance, which resulted in the other person feeling uncomfortable and not attracted. And I don't even know if they were attracted in the first place, but like, I mean, you're not missing out on that much, but at the same time, to tell me that they're like the worst person in the world. I met 2 Anna Delveys in 2023. Yeah. So continuing, set a timer. That's a great one. Do not learn information from other people about them. And if you do learn information from other people about them, lightly clarify so that you don't have complete misunderstandings about them, but don't inquire for more information, right? Let people say their stuff, but you don't need to hear that from them. I want to hear it from the person I'm attracted to. It might not be true. It might be real. There's so much information about me on the internet that's not real or true, and it's great. I love it, but people might see that and then judge me for stuff that isn't true or real. I mean, you do you, boo, but if you make a very non-objective, non-factual judgment about me based off of something that isn't true, I mean, I can't do anything to fix that, but I also don't want to be with someone who isn't going to give me the time of day to be able to properly explain why I believe what I believe, or why I think what I think, or why I did what I did, why, you know, yeah, it's cute. But maybe not again, but wow, we are 17 minutes into this video. So this is just going to be a diary vlog that I'm just going to keep on my YouTube channel, because, you know, I just want to create content and get this out here. But some of you might be able to actually genuinely benefit from this, because I've gone through so many hours of crying and tears and stuff over boys before, and now I'm laughing at how a younger version would have reacted to this, which I think is the most valuable part of journaling, is I know how I would have reacted. I know what I would have said and done and how I felt, because I have those thoughts on paper. So next thing that you got to do when you're attracted to a boy, Live your own life, okay? Yes, this boy exists, but there are a billion boys. No, there aren't that many gay men out there, right? There's probably only 300 million or something, but you'll find one, okay? There are so many people out there in the world that you literally just have to keep going through the haystack till you find them. Find the ones that vibe with you, that like you. It's a process. It's not easy. Nobody can tell you to do it correctly, but really, from the whole multi-level marketing experience, cold DMing, cold outreach, like, you just got to keep going through people until you find people that you like who also like you and who give you the time of day. Because again, the mutual respect, mutual interaction, behavior thing that I've been saying throughout this entire 20-minute video, it's a respect thing. Now, I didn't tell you exactly how to get a boy, right, in this video. I told you that you need to set your intentions, go for it, get the results, and reflect. And I think that's a really good framework for people to take part in when trying to court someone, whether it be a male or a female, or even making a friend, right? This is a very simple framework that you can take and execute and go forward with that. Now, be careful, right? Like, don't put yourself in an uncomfortable situation. Don't be unsafe. When I say go for it, I'm not telling you to like, woo, go for it. But at the end of the day, you can walk up to someone, say hi, I think you're hot. And if they don't respond positively, they don't respond positively. But what are they gonna do? Like, I mean, if they do, like, no good. Not a good person. You do not want to date them. Hi, you're pretty. Yeah. So, also understand, we want what we can't have. So, like, them not responding to you makes you want them more. Even if you don't really want them more because you have a fake version of them in your head. Them simply not responding to you will make you kind of want them more because our brain and us, as people, we're addicting. So, yeah, I think those are some simple lessons that you can take away. The framework of know what you want, go for it, get the results, and reflect. That'll work wonders for you. So, you know, this is Ryan. This is my YouTube channel. I think I'm going to call it So Today Ryan. I would appreciate it if you would subscribe. I provide a variety of content, and I am trying to start editing and posting content regularly. So, let me know what you think of this video. I want to provide a variety of... Look at my pinky. Yeah, I want to provide more advice and help people because I've gone through a lot of emotional experiences that I think people can learn from, including myself, as I'm writing this down and, you know, reflecting. It's really cool, and I'm happy that I'm able to do that because so many people aren't able to come to terms with their emotions and thoughts and reflect on it positively. And like occasionally people think that I always think that I'm right about stuff, and I'm not always right about stuff. I don't always think that I'm right. In fact, I think that I know nothing and that I'm constantly learning and making mistakes, and that the only way that I can, you know, learn is by, it's cute, right? Like, it's really cool to see myself grow and develop. And if any of the 6 boys that I texted see this video, like, if you don't think that I'm really fucking awesome from watching this 20-minute video of me talking about how I want to pursue someone who has a mutual interest in me, and that I'm great and know how to orate my thoughts and communicate them to people, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of things that I do. I'm really fun, really spontaneous, I'm funny, I'll keep you on your toes. Yeah, I'm affectionate, I'm charismatic, horny. And this isn't a video of me like telling you or telling people to like come and date me, but you need to be your own #1 advocate. I told someone the other day who was telling me stuff that I didn't want to hear, but I was like, bro, like, you need to convince yourself that you're really hot, even if you're not really hot. And people were like, that's mean. And I was like, no. You need to genuinely believe that you're hot and attractive, regardless of what the truth is, okay? If you're not your #1 advocate, who do you think will be, right? You need to be able to walk into a room and comfortably say, I'm really fucking hot, and not flinch. People need to believe you when you say that, because it's true. You need to believe it's true, because if you don't think that you're hot and all this shit, and great, and like, kicking ass, and a jack of all trades, and powerful, no, you know, not really all that stuff, but how, I mean, yeah, I'm great. How can you expect someone else to? And so I think at the end of the day, I'm going to continue making vlogs when I'm overthinking stuff. Throughout the day, I was thinking about like several people, and I'm like, sure, it's cool and cute to think of people, but you don't want to give people leverage over you, because they don't deserve it. You're really great. You have things that are unique and special about you. Everyone has something that is, like, everyone is smart in their own way. Everyone is special and unique and powerful in their own way. Everyone has an impact on the world that you might not be able to be aware of, but the small conversations that I have had with people all over the world and the impact that they've had on my life just from the lessons that I've learned. Yeah, I've written a lot of them down and I want to share them, but be open and honest with people, right? You don't need to look like you're cool, or you don't need to like prove that you belong anywhere. Show up to that place and stand there and be comfortable being silent. Even if you don't know anyone. I go to gay bars in Orlando and I go alone and I don't know anyone there, and I walk around and I walk up to people and I'm say, hey, I'm Ryan, I'm visiting from out of town. And if they talk to me, they talk to me. If they don't talk to me, I'm like, well, you suck, and I walk away. It really is that simple. And again, all you have to say is hi. Sometimes people like overcomplicate texting. I hate texting. I really hate texting. I hate texting. I don't respond to texts. I'm terrible at it. I'm video call, voice call. You got me. In person. And so like for me to go through like texting anxiety, I hate that. And realizing that the key to like texting a cute boy is to say hi or hey, what's up, or what my friend suggested I do next, which I'm not sure if I want to give this one away, but have an action-oriented thing, right? If they don't respond, again, that's an answer. But, you know, my situation is very unique and probably not like yours, but, you know, this type of advice isn't for everyone. It's a very unique style of expressing yourself that you have to figure out how to do appropriately, because it's really cool and unique and cute. And learn to love yourself. Learn to express that. Learn to be able to tell people that you love yourself. And the sooner you do that, the sooner other people will be able to love you. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. But over the last year, I've met some really amazing people. And I would not have met them had I not learned to love myself. Starting in November last year, probably. I started in July, June or July, but it really picked up. And it was because I met someone who showed me what mutual interest does look like, who texted me without me texting them first, who called me, who reached out, who wanted to see me, who told me that, oh, I just like was doing the whole workday just to like get to the end of it to see you. I desire affection and someone who cares about me. And, you know, I mean, it can be multiple people. I'm not greedy or like focused on it being exactly one person right now. I don't know what I want, but I want someone to care. And I know a lot of people care about me, and I care about a lot of my friends, but I want to have mutual care for someone that I can be affectionate with. And I think that's what I pursue in a relationship. And that's why I value that. Being in Florida wasn't why I didn't come out of the closet. It was me. I wasn't ready. I wasn't sure that I was gay. It's cute. Learn to love yourself. Learn what you like, what you don't like, because you don't know what you like. Especially in the beginning of being gay and entering into the gay community, you really don't know what you like. And I might rephrase the content that's in this video in other podcasts and content and videos, but I think this is really valuable. There's this boy that I'm really attracted to who, I mean, there's a variety of boys, right? So, but there's a boy that I'm attracted to who has my attention, and I have the capacity to reflect and be like, huh, you know, he's cute, but, you know, he's got to also work for me because I'm really great. And so are you. I would appreciate it if you want to like and subscribe and comment or share any of your thoughts or feedback. I am trying to get more into talking about gay dating. I'm trying to start a gay podcast, and I have a variety of friends that I want to talk about stuff with. I make mistakes, but I'm learning, and I hope I can take you guys along the way with me for that. So, thanks. I am Ken Enough.